Hey Moonbeams, Luna popping in some weird hour of the morning. I hope you've been well. I appreciate you for visiting my channel. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe so that we will remain connected. And no sidebar, I hope you've been remembering to take your meds and to hydrate. For those of you who don't know me, I am Luna. I am a lung disease warrior as well as an autoimmune warrior with Sjogren's syndrome and lupus being two of the big boys that I contend with on a regular basis, so much so that I am 7.5, almost 8 weeks post-op from right hip total replacement surgery, which is why I popped on tonight. It's been raining today, most of the day here in Phoenix, and I'm still so fresh out of surgery. I don't know how much of this uptick in pain is attributed to the weather, and if this is something that I will experience on days like this. We all know that autoimmune warriors are also human barometers. So whenever there's any change in the barometer, if it's for me, if it goes above 29, I think it's even 28.7, I start to feel achy in my joints, especially my knees and my hips. And this has been no different, except now I'm experiencing it after I've had a hip replacement. And I can assure you that it is something I would prefer that I didn't have to experience. But specifically, the discomfort has always been in my groin since post-op, since minute 1 of consciousness after the surgery. The most discomfort has been in my groin area. And tonight, I don't know if it's the humidity or what, that's just got it in a little bit of an uproar. That the groin area as well as the femur, because I'm not sure if you are aware, but when you have the replacement, there's a part of the joint, the hip joint, that has to go down into the femur to stabilize. And I actually feel that part of the replacement. It's at the top of my thigh and like in the middle. I just feel that discomfort. I can feel that it's still healing. And it's still got some, I don't know how much to go, but I can absolutely feel that. And I guess it will take a few more rainstorms or rainy days before I realize how much the rain will affect me after I'm healed. I know I've still got a good ways to go in the healing process. So I don't know when I will be able to get an accurate reading on what is causing the ache. Is it simply because it's the rain, or is it because it's still so new and it's still healing? Whatever it is, I guess it really doesn't matter, because pain is pain, and I'm quite uncomfortable. The weather has also stirred up the inflammation in my lungs, and I have had to pull out the nebulizer and put it to use the past couple of days. I'm probably pretty close to needing a round of prednisone, which I resist for as long as possible, but I will eventually take it if my breathing continues to be as labored as it is. Right now, it's labored now, but it's much better than what it was. It's really, really raspy and wheezy. And it presents so much as a cough for me. My asthma, or the asthma presents as a cough more than the wheezing. But once I get past the cough, the wheezing does kick in. It does kick in. But I start off more with the cough. And sometimes it takes me a minute to remember, oh, guess what? This is an asthma attack. I was diagnosed with asthma probably back in 2012-ish. And I never really had an asthma attack until last year when I was hospitalized. So although I have been diagnosed with asthma for quite some time, I'm still getting familiar with the symptoms of an attack because they have been so extremely rare that I don't always realize it initially that, hey girl, this is not a cold, this is not allergies, you're having an asthma attack. And I've gotten better. But unfortunately, I've gotten better because the asthma has increased, or the asthma attacks and activity has increased. So that's not good, especially since I battle interstitial lung disease and lupus, and all that junk in my lungs. I have to be super, super careful to avoid infection because infection can be super bad for me. And because I'm chronically ill and I deal with these symptoms and diagnoses for years now, a few years now, that you know how to treat yourself and you get a good rapport, a good relationship with your physicians, and they will say, okay, you know your body, this is what you do, and you don't always have to run back and forth to the doctor, which is one of the things I really appreciate about 95% of my team. I think there's only one doctor that's just, we need to do a little searching for maybe a new rheumatologist. I like my doctor, but I think he made a bad choice choosing the switching practices. And I think he even knows. He doesn't even look well to me when I see him. He just looks so exhausted, so tired. And but that's a whole entire different story. But if you're in the Phoenix area, hey, I'm looking for a rheumatologist, and he has to be one that listens, not just throws pills and medications at you, because that's not of interest to me. I want to be listened to, and I want to be heard. So please feel free to drop any suggestions in the comments for me. I'm willing to travel. I don't want to go to Scottsdale, though. I do not want to go to Scottsdale. I don't want to go to Mesa. I'm in West Valley, so Surprise, Sun City, Goodyear, Avondale, Buckeye, Peoria, Phoenix, kind of on that side of town. I'd be willing to go into Tempe, but I'd rather not go too far. I'd rather stay in the Phoenix area. So please, if you have any suggestions or recommendations for rheumatologists who accept Medicare, I would greatly appreciate it. And even if you don't know whether or not they accept Medicare, I can do my own research. But I would appreciate the suggestions and the recommendations. So if you made it this far in my video, I appreciate you and I thank you. And even if you only watched a minute of it, I still appreciate you and thank you. Peace, love, and blessings, guys. Luna out.